Liverpool fan in Japan.
Hello YouTube, Liverpool fan in Japan here, the Miyazaki man Sai. As promised, I have been building a transfer database engine, a fantastic asset for all of us Liverpool fans to take a peek at all of the transfer targets, how likely they are to join Liverpool and whether it's worthwhile signing them in January or targeting them in the summer. Now, I don't think anything like this has ever been done before, mainly because of lack of skill set, lack of time, lack of inside football information and knowledge as well. And I'm going to go through it step by step. And this is going to be a video you're not going to want to miss. So watch it from beginning to end. And I think this video is particularly valuable for everyone who's sick and tired of the transfer rumors and some of the comments going, sell Robertson, sign Kirkish, we're going to win the league that way, Robertson is crap. Or some peculiar transfer videos who say Liverpool need a replacement or backup for Virgil van Dijk, and then suggest a right-sided centre-back who positionally is all over the place, like Usman Diomande, or a different player who's coming off a serious knee injury. So this video will really show you what goes into making a transfer happen and which transfers are realistic, especially for the left-back role. But I need to get permission from my boss to put in the work to make this database. Going to do that now. Shall I make Liverpool a transfer database?
Yes, good.
Are you boss?
I am boss.
Yes, she is the boss. And it's a good thing we have a data-driven approach from Michael Edwards and Richard Hughes. Otherwise, we'd be like Man United if like all the fans got what they wanted. Instead of Soboslai, McAllister, Gravenberch and Endo being our new generation midfield, we're going to have Manu Kone partnered with Ugarte. In front, Kefran Turam running the show. And who else? Oh, Gabri Vega. There we go. Gabri Vega, who's doing something in Saudi Arabia now, right? There is our new built midfield right there. Wow. 7th or 8th in the league, maybe? Okay, let's get into it. So as you can see here, I have built my scouting database with a lovely rendition of our beloved owner, John W. Henry of FSG, overseeing operations here. This is built in Salesforce. I'm a 23 times certified Salesforce consultant. Therefore, my role in this project is Japonis Scouser boy. As you can see, right, recent records that I've made, and today's task, I need to meet Milos Kirkish for some tea. No, tapping up indeed. Okay, we're going to look at the prospects. So left back is where we need to strengthen. Now I've whipped up 15 names who I thought would be interesting to go through. But let's go through Milos Kirkic first and foremost. The name that is on everyone's lips at the moment, Jamie Carragher highlighted Milos Kirkic as a potential key signing. Let's backtrack into the news status. And now I'm going to walk through the Liverpool transfer process, okay? So when you're building a database, a system, you have to walk through a process to make sure that this player is right for you. Do the due diligence, put in the steps to do the analysis to make sure whether this player is right for you. I've put in some key data at the top here. His age is 22, expected transfer fee in January, a pricey 45 million. Is he a priority signing? Not necessarily. We're going back to new in the process. Now, just to give you some justification that I actually know a little bit of what I'm talking about. So I do big implementations. I architect solutions for big enterprise firms back in the UK. I have worked with huge sporting bodies who cover things like football, field hockey, tennis, for example, sporting charities, grant makers, and I have to talk to all the respective teams, whether it's procurement for players, contracts, renewables, lead generation in terms of maintaining your asset register, all that kind of good stuff. So I have to talk to key process owners. I have to understand what they're trying to do, the information they need to store, and I need to create a system that allows them to do their business as usual, as efficiently and as productively as possible as well. There's many layers that I can add to this. This is obviously a work in progress, right? This is what I do day to day, and I can add predictive analytics and summate the metrics to a higher extent. But for now, this is what we're playing with, okay? This is what we've got so far. This is £100,000 worth of work, because basically you need the business analysts from both sides to draw up the requirements, a project manager to make sure the project progresses 2 timescales and 2 budgets and meets key milestones. You need to get the process owners in the room. You need the corporate sponsor and client directors to sign off on your technical specification and your solution design. You need field registers and data dictionaries and a whole lot of stuff, such as RAID logs for risks and assumptions, etc., etc. However, you have me, and I have put on all those hats, and I have done it in 2 days, as opposed to a 3 to 6 month project. So here we are. Without digressing any further, we have a prospect, Milos Kirkic, left back. The initial task for your scout And I know this because I coach Lucha FC, non-league J-League football team on top of the table. I scout my own players from the Farmers League. Wait a minute. No, it's actually true because there's a agricultural university, a farmers university, agricultural university, where I pinpointed a 17-year-old called Shuto and signed him up. I know what I'm talking about in terms of scouting. It's according to this book. Wait a minute. It's Not Your Leg, Son, book of Bill Shankly. Wrong book. Secrets of a Liverpool Scout, right? Is that what it's called? Secret Diary of a Liverpool Scout. No, it gives you good insight, but in reality, you got to do the work yourself to get down and dirty to know what you're talking about. Batch the initial data, put the initial data that you can find anywhere onto your database, onto your system, okay? I've got links here as well. I'm just scrolling down. I put who scored link. I put a transfer market link. Obviously, if you want statistics, you can go and look them up yourself. I don't need to go through statistics in this video. Get player clips to justify what you're saying. You've got to collect quantitative data in terms of statistics and metrics, but also qualitative data. Everything that you say in text areas, you've got to justify. And I've justified one of them by saying, Milos Kerkic, Bournemouth, clears the ball off the line. Rah. So you can add your files and have your previews of the clips to justify certain things. Obviously, nice. And in the moment, he's going to clear the ball. Son is in disbelief. Richarlison's on his ass as usual, doing the pecking chicken. No, he's not, because Milos Kerkez cleared the ball off the line. Okay, I digress just a little bit. Before we carry on, data is the truth. You can't deny data. However, you use the data to inform your decision making. You interpret the data to justify your decision making as well. And even then, you might say, sign Marco Reus finally, even though he's a perma-croc and a loyal one-man club until the end of his career. So there we go. This is why these kind of systems are super, super important for people like Michael Edwards and Richard Hughes, and we will get to them in a bit as well. But if you have a transfer committee like Man United, who said Anthony was not worth more than 30 million, and even though he looks menacing like a tiger at Ajax, right? At Ajax, he's actually the fluffiest, least offensive little kitten, adorable, no offensive prowess at all, and Man United overpaid vastly for him. You got to trust the data, you got to trust the people in the know, you got to trust the football people who combine together to ultimately sign a player. So you do end up signing a ferocious lion and not a like Anthony. Okay, so after you've collated the player clips, you need a high-level summary justification for that player. I've written it already, and we'll just work through the process before we go through Milos Kerkez individually. You've got to find out the agent demands. So at a preliminary level, you need to know what ballpark figures would the player want in terms of wages. Would they even be interested in coming to your club? What ballpark figures would the club want? Even find out clauses. If you have a good relationship, you might find underlying clauses, minimum free release clauses, etc. You have an internal brief amongst the scouting team or those who are worthy of an ear around this player. You might brief relatives. You might find out more about their family situation. You might find out people who coached this player in their youth days. If all looks good and you give the green light, you forward it to the transfer committee, okay? You forward it to the transfer committee. Now, what I'm going to do now, I'm just going to step through the steps here because I'm sure I put some key guidance notes. Okay, here we go. Attach relevant clips to evidence decisions. What we got here, high level summary. We have key fields, slots, positional requirements, the role affinity, unique Liverpool advantages, scout report, and rival interest. I will go for it in a second. You can obviously pause the video if you want to read through it, but follow along with my narration. Agent demands, understand the player, agent, and parent club demands. Could you provisionally or verbally agree ballpark figures with the agent and player themselves, right? Usually happens nowadays. You are allowed for an intermediary to talk to the player and find out stuff like that before going to the club. Internal briefing, review first line, whether the package is worth proposing to the transfer committee, and the package means the player itself and the financials involved. Forward to the transfer committee, which is send the player pack and the information details collated and in a nice slide deck to the transfer committee to review. You're going to contact the parent club to declare formal interest or tentative interest, see their replies. Are they keen on selling? Find out their kind of stance on the situation. You're going to send a formal offer, the proposal, to the club. Once you've agreed it or bashed out negotiations or iterated through several emails back and forth, you ultimately send the contract to the player and the agent. You negotiate with them and then get to a point where they're happy to sign. And then when he ultimately signs, when he comes to sign, he has to sign that contract because then Nabil Fekir, all the media and everything else was done, but he ultimately didn't sign it because his brother got involved and wanted an extra bag of money at the end. So we came up with a knee issue excuse so that everyone can save face, right? Fantastic. And on the back of that, we ended up signing Alison Becker. Hoo-ha, hooray, the rest is history. Closed won means you've got the player. Closed failed, which means you've failed negotiations, it's broken down. Or deferred, which means you've worked up to a certain point, but you're maybe leaving that player, postponing that player until later. Or maybe they've injured themselves, like Ruud van Nistelrooy to Man United, but they still want to sign him, so it's a deferred signing until a later date, okay? So here we go. Milos Kerkez, Bournemouth, birthday, age defaults in automatically, nationality, Hungary, could be a country he's from, but because he's Hungarian nationality, of course, which is great because we have Hungary's national captain, Dominik Szoboszlai. I've put here in high-level summary, and these are all collapsible, by the way. And before I carry on as well, this is a community project. I can make export sheets, so you can actually source the data for me, and we can build a vast database of every player in the world, baby. Why not? I'm going to tell you instructions how to join this community effort at the end as well. And the secret algorithms in the back as well, and the logic behind the pointing system, I'm going to tell you in the members section, I think. Yeah, I will do that. And also, before we continue, I've actually got a surgery. I've got a minor operation I got to do in this weekend. So send your love, send your support in the comments below. Smash a like on this video if you want to support. A super thanks would be really appreciated, or even joining the member section where above and beyond you get exclusive members content. That would really make me happy as well. And if, you know, financially restrained, then at least watching this video to the end, liking and putting a comment would really help and bring a smile to my face as well. So don't worry, arigato gozaimasu. Thank you for the support. It's only a minor operation, inconvenience, a little bit scary, but hey ho, is what it is. Okay. Yes, so high level summary for an Arne Slot left back, because I'm covering left backs in this video, because apparently that's what we need. Apparently. Comfortable in a back four, can pivot to a back three, so especially when Trent inverts to the base six or into the wing back or the right side in midfield role, and especially because Arne Slot said he's the best in the advanced wide channels in the world, not so much in the centre. Can pivot to a back three if Trent goes. Overlapping superiority. So what that means is because there's so much transitional play, right? Your left back and your left wing matches up against their right wing and their right back of the opposition. The superiority of the overlap transition, you need to be very, very good in that scenario, not just adequate. Strong in the build-up play is a nice to have, but I think Arne Slot really values this from the back as well. That's why you see ball playing players at the back. That's why you can sometimes see Robbo a little bit out of place, even though Robbo's build-up isn't bad by any stretch of means. He's a top build-up player, just not top of a Liverpool squad. Okay, can defend 1v1, granted. Good recovery pace, good channel defender, channel in the whips, you know, in isolation on the whips. You can defend internally as well, but you're more bunched up, you're more grouped. So that's where good at trap zones. You set up the trap, left back, Van Dijk, left wing or left sided 8, close the box when in a position to trap as well. They've got a good engine, can bomb up and down. You definitely need a good engine in an Arne Slot in the Jurgen Klopp system. Good delivery from out wide, granted as well. You need to get those assists, you know, especially key moments. Will bond well with team dynamic. You've got to be a good personality. We ain't having no rambunctious crybabies or prima donna divas, or even post-Madonna divas, any Madonna divas in the team, because that's not how Liverpool's built. We will never sign a Neymar, for example. It just never happens. Good on both transitions, attacking and defending. I've already put the role affinity for Milos Kerkez based on his metrics down below, because this is the top, right? This is the important information. This is what your directors, your Michael Edwards, your Richard Hughes will see, your Julian Wards will see. So I've put very suitable for the left-back role is Milos Kerkez. Unique Liverpool advantages over other clubs. He prefers Liverpool over Man United, reportedly, but we will know that. We will know that if we talk with his agent. Discussed terms in November 2024, apparently. This is a good one. Lian Sports are Kerkez's agents, and they represented Chiesa in his deal to Liverpool. So we've had recent dealings with his agents, Lian Sports. Richard Hughes brought him to Bournemouth from AZ Alkmaar. Now, we know all about his background information, his upbringing. We would have had tons of due diligence based on the fact that Richard Hughes compiled the information in the first place to bring him to the Premier League. And he's now Premier League proven, which is huge. But the fact that Richard Hughes is the one that showed the faith to pull the money to buy him is a big pulling point as well. Because you don't forget that players and their agents have a relationship with the sporting director and thank them for bringing them to the Premier League, giving them the opportunity to shine. And Richard Hughes is obviously that man. Dominik Szoboszlai is his international captain with Hungary. Bodes well for international future, comrades, and they can go on international duty on the same bus, on the same private jet, together, or on the same canoe, you know, whatever floats your boat. Kerkez posted, he does his talking on the pitch, and Szoboszlai posted, yes, my son, in social media. Why not? Any little thing grasping at straws, yeah. Stop a side post. It means the world to Kirkesh. Kirkesh loving it. Chance to win major trophies this season, right? So if Kirkesh was to join in Liverpool in the January transfer window, my goodness, he's well on tune for winning major trophies. I don't know if he's won any major trophies in the past, but they're not as major as the Premier League, Champions League, quadruple that we're going to get hopefully this season. Fingers crossed. Okay, I've whipped up a short little scout report here. Kirkes appears to fulfill all competencies tactically, technically, and in terms of character fit. However, Liverpool will have to pay over the odds for him due to the importance of his importance to Bournemouth, the rivals in the race for his signature, and the reluctance of Bournemouth to let him go. Bournemouth have signed the long-term left-back successor in Julio Soler, who we are also looking at, by the way, from Lanús. So he may be available in the summer because he is the left-back solution to Kirkes leaving. However, Liverpool don't sign Soler because Liverpool signed a player after they've proven themselves in Premiership in the Premier League at a premium. Mane, Southampton bought him. Van Dijk, Southampton, we bought him. We like them to be proven because we are Liverpool competing for the top prizes. So we don't need to take a punt, a squad place, a training place on an unproven talent, right? Unless they're really, really high bar. We buy them when they're proven at the premium price because they can come straight in and we can afford it. Okay, impact of the current season is negligible, and I will come back to this, right? Because when you stack him up to Andy Robertson and you stack him up to Kostas Tsimikas, there are some issues for the fact that both these are Premier League proven. They know the system. They're acquainted well in Liverpool. They're settled here. They know tactically Slot's demands. They are able to fulfill Slot's demands. They have a relationship with the player, the chemistry. They know the ball to feet preferences of Diaz, of Gakpo, of Jota, of McAllister, of Curtis Jones, of Gravenberch, of Van Dijk, of Alisson Becker, of everyone, right? So to get that player up to speed, even though Kirkes is better because he's Premier League proven, still is a question mark. And I put it here as well. 3 to 4 first team left backs means one will be left out of the matchday squad. I say 4 because Joe Gomez is a legitimate left back option, especially for inverted wingers, right? Similar to Alvaro Arbeloa when he marked out Lionel Messi. Especially because Kirkes, Robertson, and Tsimikas lack versatility. They are specialist left backs. No squad in world football can legitimately pay high wages and have space for 3 first team quality left backs, 4 if you count Gomez, because one will be left out of the matchday squad and will not be happy. They will not be happy chappy in the changing rooms and in training. One cannot fit into the 11 versus 11 tactical situations. Now you match up your whole squad. You have the other 11, maybe the bench, the squad players, fulfill the opposition tactics, shape, body shape, positions, and the first team, the first starting 11 lineup will have to work their way through that 11, and one of these first team left backs will not be part of that training. Caramba, that's not good for their morale and motivation. So there are logistical difficulties of having 3 first team left backs. Rival interests, the main interest coming from Man City and Man United, although I think Man City are looking at slightly different targets. And additional positions that this player can play. I think I filled it further down as well. We will have a look. Okay, specialist left backs, which is why it's empty. Key fullback attributes. Actually, before I get to this, okay, so I've actually created tasks here. You can actually manage tasks. You can see earlier today back on the homepage that I had the tasks to meet Kirkesh for tea. I've actually done that now. I have tapped him up and now he's guaranteed to come. If not now, then in the summer. So I'm going to complete that task by ticking that tick box. Off it goes, flies off the metrics. And future, I'm going to have to allocate training schedules to him, which coach, which sessions he's going to be a part of. Rondo's obviously crossing drills, for example, maybe not shooting drills. But that's for future, right? 31st of January, because we're expecting to sign him in January. I've talked to the agent already. That was completed. So that's a completed task. I can set up events for meeting him in Blackpool, for example. The towers, the roller coaster. I can record the call logs, information in regards to the phone calls, details, what he intimated to me, what his wage demands would be. I can intimate it in a call log if I want to. I can compose emails to the agents back and forth and hopefully get a nice reply as well. So these are just fairly nice related lists we have on the side here. Player comparisons. This will be coming soon. This is a work in progress, as I mentioned. How does Kirkes stack up against Kostas Tsimikas? Konstantinos Tsimikas. How does Kirkes stack up against Andrew Robertson? Agency details, quite a cool one, because I'm going to show you what we can do of agency details. I've showed you the files related list already. I can add more related list. Let's put in his agent right now. We know his agent is the all-loving Lian Sports. So by attaching the agency here, which I've done right now, I have actually pre-populated and pulled in information around Lian Sports. The mobile phone number, their email address, How much is the agent expected to earn in commission? Are they costly? Like some of those agents, you know, are really, really costly, but some are quite cheap. Do we have a good relationship? We do have a favorable relationship because we bought Federico Chiesa in the summer, right? And what is the agent's agenda? Let's understand their agenda. To maximize the player's money. Long-term player well-being. Okay, that's the kind of agent that I want to deal with. Not maximizing his own money because that's a legitimate option there. Look, if I go on this, he can maximize own money. Keen to move players on. Nice if offered cake. Legitimate options right there. Probably nice if offered cake. Let's add that. Okay, save that record. There we go, nice if offered cake. Okay, back into the body of the details. So, key fullback attributes. Left foot. Is he a dribbler? Not really. Can he switch to play? Not really. Crossing is average. Could become better. Could become world class. First time cross, I think he can. He can do a first time cross. Primarily left hand side of the pitch. Depending on 1v1, he's average. Weak foot capability, average. Doesn't really play with his right foot too much. Can control it on the first touch and dribble. Can play under pressure? Yes. Good composure. Invert to a 6 pivot? Haven't seen it. I don't think he's super keen on inverting to 6 pivot. Specialist fullbacks can, like Cancelo, Glenn Johnson. Can form a back 4. Okay. Can form a back 3. Haven't really seen it in Bournemouth system. Positioning, average, but stamina is strong. He can work up and down for sure. Key fullback details. So this is just further qualitative data to justify the key fullback attributes. Kirkes can add defensive solidarity left side and a fair added threat to left channel for 90 minutes on the overlap. I think that's a fair enough summation. Obviously, they'll write, you know, pages and pages. These are scouts, right? But I've got a video to make, so this is what I put. Crossing and positioning needs a lot of work, and it really does. But stamina is impressive. Okay, strengths and weaknesses. And you can, as I said, drop down information if you want to hide the errors. Dealing with physicality, average. These are all considerations, by the way, when you sign a player. I'm sure there's hundreds more. I could put a lot more, but, you know, I've got a video to make, so I've just put these for now. Dealing with pace, average. First touch. He's got a good first touch. Very technical. Leadership, not at this stage. He's quite young. Decision making, average. Build up, average. I think he's got room to grow in the build up stages, but his build up is decent. I could have put strength here, but in terms of world class build up, he's still average. Aerial ability is a weakness of Milos Kirkic, and that means you have to defend against the long diagonals and account for that. Van Dijk has to account for that. Alisson has to account for that as well. Counter attacking, average. He's not the biggest threat, but he's decent. Okay, here we go. Strength, weakness in detail. The team will need to deal with his lack of aerial ability and threats from the second ball off a diagonal to a left back zone. His first touch helps in the build-up. Fair summation. Other attributes. Shooting ability. Yes. Did you see his goal the other day? Yes, he can crack one. Step over, jogger Benitez, smash it into the side net. Penalty taker. I think he would be a decent penalty taker. Hasn't got a track record. Premier League experience. That's an obvious yes. Let's update that to a yes. Set piece taker. Can take a decent set piece, but not a specialist. Game intelligence. Wouldn't call him the most intelligent player, but he could grow into it. Okay, transfer specifics. Would I highly recommend him for review, even above and beyond other metrics? Not at this stage. Is it a priority signing? Absolutely essential for the squad? Not at this stage. Is it a difficult transfer? I think it is a difficult transfer in this current window because of the transfer fee, and we'll get to value for money in a bit. Are there other rivals in the race apart from direct rivals, which I've named above, Man City, Man United? Not really. The sign-off approver here is Richard Hughes. You have two options here. Richard Hughes for below 50 million, he can self-sign off himself, or there's an approval validity rule here, which will not allow you to save this record unless the right sign-off approver is in place. If it's over 50 million, you've also got to get sign-off from Michael Edwards because he's head of global football, okay? Once again, nothing to do with FSG. Michael Edwards runs the ship now. So if you want to blame anyone, it's Michael Edwards or nothing. Not available? I think he is available. He's not off the market, off limits. But there's reasons why he might not be available right now. The club do not want to sell, obviously. It'll reduce the morale of the playing squad because he's their first choice left back. And he's a key player for them in how they play. He adds defensive solidarity. Reasons not available in detail. Bournemouth have a chance for Europe, and that will increase his price range astronomically. And also, it's a January transfer window, right? I've put additional transfer links just for the lols, just for funds, random websites. Don't really look at these. I don't think there's much credence to these. They know as much as you know. Sometimes they have inside information, but, you know, make of it what you will. This is just for representative examples. If you want some links, don't care about the actual links themselves. I've just put it there for visual representation. Financials. Release scores, not that I'm aware of. Current wage, 30k. Expected wage for Liverpool, 70k. Is it commercially strategic signing, like a Japanese player, an Asian player, an American player? No. Premier League position value to club. So, will Milos Kerkez help help Bournemouth get to a higher league placed finish and therefore get more financial remuneration from financial league places and or cup competition places where there's a financial incentive for winning? I believe so, but a nominal value of 5 million, I don't actually know. That's just a nominal value. Market value, probably in and around 25 million mark would be fair. Expected transfer fee in the summer, which would estimate maybe a 10 million premium uplift, 35 million. But if you want to buy him in January, you're probably looking at 45 million, and that's a hefty sum. Now, you might be thinking, first choice left back, 45 million, fair odds, he'll be a long-term player. But if you really put that in consideration, that's nearly half of 100 million. That's nearly 50 million. Simple maths, right? That's a lot of money for a fullback. I'm telling you now, even though fullback's value has soared. Look at Josko Gvardiol is at 80-90 million for now a left back. Pep and Arteta love converting their fullbacks, right? Basically, Ben White, centre back, right fullback. Gvardiol, left centre back, fullback. Calafiori, left centre back, left fullback. Wow. Okay. Current squad role in Bournemouth, first team. Current Liverpool role, rotation. Likeliness to get up to speed, normal. Not like Chiesa. He has had a pre-season. He's Premier League proven, can speak English. He'll get up to speed quickly. That's a field I haven't put. English speaking ability. I need to add that field in WIP, work in progress, iteration number 2. Reason for integration speed. Sobosai is international captain and Robertson is in the leadership group and in the same position. And he speaks English. Obviously, he speaks English. Agent, I just added Lian Sports. Personal details here, okay? Ultimate ambition, winning trophies. Now, there's a few things I could have placed here, okay? Moving to Spain. Oh, a bit dirty there. That's a McAllister, right? McAllister wants to move to Spain. Earning potential. Saudi, US. Not that I know of. Home club closure. Wants to finish his playing career with his home club, like a Maradona, Boca Juniors kind of thing as well. Madrid or Barcelona. That's Lucho Diaz, right? But no, for him, winning trophies seems like an ultimate ambition. Seems realistic as well with Liverpool. Inner circle, his friend group, stable. It's not like Rushy Beans. At Man United, family situation seems stable as far as I'm aware. It's not like Mauro Icardi with the wife, was it Wanda something, who's taking all his money. Any notable issues with the player, right? Is he a bad boy? Has he got a pending court case, that kind of thing? And other metrics here for now. There are other metrics hidden behind the scenes for algorithms and calculations. But look, this is a fun video so far, right? Make sure you smash a like on the video. And if you're enjoying it so far, if you want to really go above and beyond the support, join a YouTube membership, Liverpool membership, Liverpool Fan Japan membership, because it really does help the channel. Liverpool is my passion and I make Liverpool content because I like it. Doesn't really earn much money. So really all the support you lend would be really, really thankful. That being said, I know other content creators, Liverpool content creators, other football content creators are watching this as well. Make sure that you don't gatekeep. Drop a comment, make me aware of your existence. If you like the channel, make me aware. Even share the channel on your social medias. Don't gatekeep. Growth drives growth. We're all friends, we're all family. We all hopefully love Liverpool together. Even Man United fans, I know, love Liverpool. So if you are watching this channel and you do have a YouTube channel or social medias, please do share the video. It really helps it get seen. And this video, I think, deserves to get seen because I don't think there's anything like this anywhere. Okay, carry on. Yes, so that's Milos Kerkez. So now I'm going to go back to the prospect list view and I'm going to show you some of the algorithms in play. This is what you wanted to see, right? Okay, so I'm going to go now and put a recommended list. And I have here 15 potential left backs I think are worth looking at. I've kind of accumulated, aggregated some statistics. Here we have Alex Grimaldo, Alphonso Davies, Amar Dedic, Andre Cambiasso, Anthony Robinson, Bradley Locco, Ferdi Kadioglu, Jorel Hato, Matteo Ruggeri, Miguel Gutierrez, Milos Kerkez, Nuno Mendes, Patrick, can I even say that? China Zake Pere Dorgu, Ryan Aitnori, and Tyrick Mitchell. I've compiled the data myself. I've built the metadata backend engine and I've put the data in myself. This is where you community can help me. If you want to be part of this project, let me know in the comments, let me know in the Discord, especially the members as well. I'll give you behind the scenes tour of what I'm doing and what I'm making as well if you want. And if you want to learn Salesforce as well, obviously I'm 23 times qualified. It's a really lucrative job as well. So if you want that, let me know as well on Discord. Happy to give you entry point. Okay, so age, big bearing. Okay, he's not 0 years old. What? He's not 3 years old either. What is wrong with this? I know what's wrong with this. I've obviously put the date as in I put 10 years too early. He's obviously 20 and he's obviously 23. We'll come back to the data in a bit. Impact the current season is very important, right? So for now, let's put on sorted by prospect name. But impact the current season is the only metric I believe is worth looking for in January. Because why would you sign someone now? We'll come back to this. That won't have an impact in the current season. The only other feasible explanation is that they will be off the market if you don't sign them in January, like Gakpo, Man United, Lucho Diaz, Luis Diaz, Lucho Diaz to Tottenham, right? That's the only reason you sign in January. Impact the current season, or someone's going to take them off the market. Availability is very important. If they're not available, why would you even go for them? Value for money is important to Richard Hughes, Michael Edwards, Liverpool as a whole, right? Why? Because if you do not sign value to money based, you've basically blown your budget on mediocre players that you can't shift. Looking at Casemiro, looking at Ericsson, looking at Anthony, looking at these kind of players as well, right? Value to money is important. You hire a Michael Edwards, a Richard Hughes, because they are best in class in their role. Their responsibility, their absolute responsibility for Liverpool is to get the best deal for Liverpool. It's not to mean that they won't sign off above and beyond, you know. It just means that they have to squeeze to get the best deal because that's what they're being paid for. Okay. Ultimately, they need to get the player, but they need to get the best deal for Liverpool. That's where negotiation comes in. Every deal is negotiated. No one hands over bags of money because that's money out of your transfer kitty for the summer or for future seasons. And you're going to struggle with financial fair play and you're going to get 115 penalized charges or whatever. But that's for a different club to deal with, for example. Okay. Okay. So looking at this chart here, if we go to impact to current season, let's sort that going down. Then I believe this is a fair representation of impact to current season. Now let's open Anthony Robinson and I'll give you the lowdown why I think Anthony Robinson has such a high impact to current season compared to Milos Kerkez at 53. Okay, actually we'll go through a few of them. I can tell you now that Anthony Robinson's pace and ability to go up and down, bomb up and down, and overlap and go around the outside will be an attribute that Liverpool do not have in the same form that Anthony Robinson provides it, for the fact that his pace is immense. No matter how technical and well positioned a low block or defensive shape may be, he has that outlet. And when you have inside forwards like Gakpo, Jota, Diaz and Nunes who all want to cut inside, then Anthony Robinson around the outside is vital. But also going the other way on the transition, he is like Kyle Walker on the left. Now, his pace basically made Kyle Walker's career. Anthony Robinson coming to the prime is the same. His pace will always be that final safeguard, the last man getting back and putting a foot on or getting into the right position for an outlet or getting in position for a defensive tackle. His defensive attributes are also solid. So if you're looking at someone who can legitimately start at left back for Liverpool right now, Premier League proven, speaks English, commercially viable as well, it's Anthony Robinson, okay? Now, a few other things. Obviously, Gramado, quality player. You've got a Trent Alexander-Arnold on the left, maybe building for Trent Alexander-Arnold leaving, but value for money is very, very low. Nuno Mendes, who is very, very talented as well, but young prospect, high cost. Jarell Hato is an interesting one. Now, Arsenal wanted Jarell Hato before they signed Julian Timber, but Jarell Hato rejected him to stay at Ajax. However, the reason why Hato can contribute is not necessarily because he's ready, but for the fact that he can cover two positions. He covers left-sided centre-back as a backup, fellow Dutchman as well, and left-back position, okay? Alphonso Davies has a quality to contribute, but is unlikely he's going to renew with Bayern Munich, which is wide availability is at 5. Ryan Nuri is Premier League proven as well, and has some more of the same attributes as a former winger that adds to the offensive capabilities that a Milos Kerkez doesn't quite have, okay? But it's interesting, and it's interesting when you compare the few. Obviously, he's not 3 years old. But yeah, let's look at Anthony Robinson's profile that I've filled in, okay? So, very suitable. Unique advantages: American owner, last big move opportunity because of the age range, a chance to win major trophies this season. The Wasserman Football Agency, who also represent Curtis Jones, Lucas Stevenson, and Joe Gomez, amongst other players. They're just names that I highlighted. Supreme athlete who can get into attacking positions and back into defense easily because of outstanding pace. He will always be a menace in the wide areas, and his overlapping play could complement Gakpo, Jota, Diaz, and Nunes, who always like to cut inside and left. He offers a legitimate option as well as a constant threat for opposition in terms of positional play and defensive decisions. Has the ability to chase back like Kyle Walker. Build up play needs work. He's professional, competent, and Premier League proven. Last chance for a big move and in his current prime. Key player for Fulham, but they would sell at a right price. Same issues, 3 to 4 first team left back, but he could really offer something for this season. Rival interest from Man United. He can additionally play fullback, wing back, and side midfield. Key attributes: left-footed. He's a dribbler. Can switch play, not really. Crossing is quite weak actually. His crossing isn't that good, especially in the American national team where they rely on him as an outlet. He can assist, but his left crossing isn't that good in terms of technique, but his pace gets him in position. Premier side left, strong defending 1v1. Stamina, strong. Positioning, strong. Can form a back 3, can form a back 4, can play under pressure. Weak foot capability, average. Adds blistering pace with options to help both attacking and defensive transitions. Very strong 1v1. Needs to work on final delivery and build up. Dealing with physicality, strength. Dealing with pace, strength. First touch, average. No leadership qualities as far as I'm aware. Decision making, average. Build up is a obvious weakness that he needs to improve on, especially in Liverpool squad. Aerial ability, average. Counter attacking is a strength of this guy. This geezer's got lots of strengths, yo. He hasn't got good shooting at all. He's not a penalty taker, not a set piece taker. Game intelligence, so middling. Premier League experience, yes. The links to the statistics if you want to see them. And I recommend him for a review above and beyond statistics because really he could be a first team choice for many a season because of that Kyle Walker factor, which is never to be underestimated. He is in his prime. Is it a priority signing? Not really. We have Andy Robertson and Simicast who are doing a sterling job. Under 50 million, Richard Hughes to approve. I think he is available, but the club, Fulham, don't want to sell him because they can't find a replacement in time in January transfer window. And he's a key player. Okay. Transfer links, done some links there for entirety. Financials, current wage 50k, probably expects around 90k. Commercially strategic because the fan base in America love him. He's got that white hair styling and all that. Also, he's a pin-up, a poster boy for the Americans. So good. And it'll be, good for FSG to sign an American as well. Value to club for Fulham, who are attempting to get into Europe, 6 million, nominal value. Market value 25 million, expected transfer fee in the summer, 28 million, but I think if you want to get him now, you're going to probably pay a premium of 12 million or so for 40 million odd. He's a key player for Fulham. I think he'd be a first team player, not rotation, for Liverpool. First team player going forwards. Andrew Robertson would mentor him. Obviously, Szoboszlai is a countryman to Kirkesh. Reasons for integration speed, Premier League proven, experience, speaks English as well. Well, not quite English, speaks American, but similar. Likeliness to get up to speed quickly. Agent is Wasserman Football, as I mentioned. Ultimate ambition, winning trophies. Family situation stable. In the circle stable. No notable issues. So there's Anthony Robertson, okay? Anthony Robinson. I think he would be a really, really good signing, an intelligent signing as well, and a potential key player in the future. Now you look at the recommended list. We've got 15 names here, and I think you've got to rule out some, okay? Doing good things at Salzburg, is it? Cambiasso linked heavily to Man City, will have to pay above and beyond. It's not good value for money. Dorgu's linked heavily to Man United. He can also play on a wing, the right wing. Really odd player, left back, right wing, inverted winger. Bradley Loco, high potential as well. Does he play for Brest, I think? Brest in France. High potential, Brest doing good in Champions League as well. Unfortunate loss. Miguel Gutierrez. So this is a good player, but the fact that he's owned by Girona, and Girona have the ties, shady ties, to Manchester City, I don't think we're going to get Miguel Gutierrez. They're not going to let him go, if he'll go anywhere, unless they do sign Cambiasso, so in which case Girona could be a legitimate option, sending him to Liverpool, but it'll be at a premium because he's owned by the same ownership group that own Man City. Ruggeri. Keep your eyes on Ruggeri. Atalanta, right? Ferdi Kagiyoglu, Brighton, can play multiple positions, very versatile. Good squad player. Tyrick Mitchell, Palace is an option. Man United surprisingly linked with him. Kirkesh, legitimate class option. Reinhard Nuri, don't undercook or underbake Ait Nuri. He plays for a bad Wolves team at the moment. Alphonso Davies is a quality player with sky high ceiling, going to renew at Bayern Munich. Jiro Hato can play two positions, left centre back, troubled position, and left back. Nuno Mendes, quality wonder kid, hard to get him out of PSG. Grimaldo, quality player. Trent Alexander-Arnold on the left. Involves in the playmaking. Now, if you think Conor Bradley is like Frimpong, Jeremy Frimpong on the right, then Grimaldo is like Trent from the left. So if you want to balance with Bradley, then you sign Grimaldo to do what Trent does, but from the left-hand side. Anthony Robinson, gone through already. Now, I've made some list view here, right, which filter the current views. Impact the current season. I've negotiated the filters here to say impact current season has to be greater than 69, so 70 rated or above. Not a Liverpool player, obviously, and prospects, okay? So, if you want a player that can impact the current season, the only legitimate left backs I think you should go for in January, Grimaldo, unrealistic, cost too much, no long-term value, he's 29 years old. Alphonso Davies is going to renew with Bayern Munich, so he can contribute, but unrealistic signing. Anthony Robinson is a realistic signing, and you could approach him in the summer, but you're paying a premium for him now. If Arne Slot goes to the board and says, I will almost guarantee you that we'll have enough heads, enough bodies to win the Premier League and or Champions League and or other cups with Anthony Robinson in the squad, and he's going to be crucial going forwards. Let's accelerate that transfer fee, prepared to lose 12 million of his wage budget, transfer budget in future signings, then Anthony Robinson is the one. Jarell Hato is the one if you want cover for centre-back slot and he's willing to bide his time, learn the Liverpool system before next season, and he'll be keen to come, and Ajax will sell for a reasonable price as well. Nuno Mendes will cost high money, but can be a long-term left-back, right? He does everything that Andrew Robertson does in his prime as well, but it's expensive. Everything's expensive. Agent commission, transfer fee, and wages, very expensive. So of that list, the only one that I think is realistic to sign in January to contribute to this current season is Anthony Robinson. However, if you weight it slightly differently, okay, a weighted shortlist of A to S signings, and I haven't put any S signings here because there's no absolute outstanding candidate who we must go and sign at first opportunity, then it presents this list. Now, this list is actually quite special in the way that I filtered it to only have A and S players, but you'll notice two B ranked here because I put an additional filter to say any player that I've highlighted or Scout has highlighted for recommend for review, and I forgot to put in the scouts. Got to put in Ian Graham and other people as names, you know, who's assigned to scout this particular player. I'll do that in a future iteration as well. I'll put in Michael Edwards and Richie Hughes for now. But yes, recommended for review. I have recommended Ryan Aït-Nouri and Matteo Ruggeri, okay? Ryan Aït-Nouri, because he's Premier League proven. Wolves are in dire straits. He could help them to avoid relegation, but at the same time, he would jump at the opportunity to leave. And it's noted that Arne Slot is a big fan of Ryan Aït-Nouri. He is a former winger with great build-up play ability. Can play from the back, can play the through balls, good crossing, good dribbling, good speed, good stamina. He's everything you want in a fullback, and he's Premier League proven. Speaks English as well. Matteo Ruggeri at Atalanta, for the fact that he could grow into an absolute monster of a player. Highly regarded, highly rated. Is more of a wing back these days, but one to keep an eye on. And if either of the players, Ryan Aït-Nouri or Matteo Ruggeri, is someone that Slot absolutely vouches for and wants, then you accelerate that because he will want them in the squad eventually, get them in the squad, give them time to build up and win the cups, and they won't expect to play much this season. But of the weighted shortlist of A to S of players who you would recommend as a scout to the transfer committee to consider, Milos Kerkez is there. The value for money, even at the inflated rate now, is there. Negligible impact to the current season because I do not think Slot will pick him above and beyond Robertson and Tsimikas on occasion. I would vouch that Robertson and Tsimikas have more starts than Milos Kerkez if Kerkez signs in January, okay? However, he is a value for money. In terms of value for money and what you get is good. But the other one that's value for money is worth looking at is Bradley Loco, doing amazing thing, great physical attributes, great temperament, works incredibly hard, involved in lots of the play. He is one to look at as well. Jarell Hato, known wonder kid, can fill in the centre-back slot. Nuno Mendes, Slot. Up the shiny one. Arne Slot.
The cream of the crop!
And yes, I've talked about the others already, okay? So, final thoughts. For fun, why don't we look at one of our existing players? Recent reviews. Let's look at number 16, Andrew Robertson. Yay. Okay, I just built this record for fun, really, because he actually belongs in people under players. But I've built him because extracted transfer fee. That is true, by the way, because no amount of money will take Robertson out of Liverpool side. No amount of money will take Robertson out of Liverpool side this season. I guarantee you, because his influence in the dressing room is invaluable. That's something you cannot value, okay? Yes. And by the way, look, it's not a new prospect. He is closed one. We've already signed this boy. And when I do that, look what happens. Confetti! Yay. Alrighty. Scottish. Had to add that in there. Okay. Role affinity, very suitable. Already unique Liverpool advantages. He's already here. That's the biggest advantage. Hot food, cold drinks. Ironclad rule. Canteen can accommodate that, right? Our canteen can accommodate that. It's a unique Liverpool advantage. Scout report. He's a good leader, great character, many suitable attributes. No longer outstanding in a 1v1, but still average rating in a 1v1, which is good enough. Already up to speed tactically in terms of fitness and built a good relationship with Liverpool teammates. That's a huge attribute compared to Ait-Nouri or Kirkesh or Anthony Robinson. Premier League proven. Excellent value for money. I should have put here already. Premier League winner, Champions League winner, Club World Cup Championship winner, FA Cup winner, Carabao Cup winner, EFL Cup winner. Bleeds Liverpool red. He's Scottish. Big up all the Scottish of you in the fan base, right? Jamie, Rennie, Susan. I'm sure I'm missing Christy. I'm sure I'm missing many others as well. Frank. Okay, additional positions, fullback, wingback, prefer to put left. Crossing, strong. First time cross, yes. Prime side left, defending 1v1 average. Stamina strong, positioning average, can form back 3, can form back 4. Weak foot capability, weak, very weak. Strengths and weaknesses. Average with physicality, average with pace, dealing with pace and physicality. First touch average, leadership, yeah boy. Counter-attacking, average, aerial ability, average. Build-up is a weakness. Average decision-making. No shooting ability at all. Penalty taker, not really. The links to who scored and transfer market if you're interested. Throw-in taker, he's strong in the throw-in. He's got good game intelligence, good piece taker, Premier League experience. Difficulty reasons to get him out of Liverpool. Homesick. He wouldn't want to leave England. Loyalty to Liverpool, to the badge, to Live Bird. Richard Hughes, son of approver. That should be Michael Edwards. I'm changing that right now. That should be Michael Edwards because it's 50 million plus, right? I put 150 million. Okay. He's not available for sale. Reasons, reduced morale, and he's a hometown hero. Current wage, 160k. Whoa, he's earning good. Good lad, Robbo. Market value, 20 million. Really indispensable. Expected transfer fee, probably let him go out of loyalty for 15 million. Well, for transfer fee in Jan, 150 million. Commercially strategic, because he's a Scottish braveheart. He does the Chalco adverts. He does the Bobby Firmino ding guitar adverts as well. Very strategic. Current squad role, first team. Current Liverpool role, first team. Likeness to get up to speed. He's already up to speed, baby. Reasons for integration, he's already integrated. Future squad role, rotation, unfortunately. Don't know who his agent is. I've only made this for a laugh. Ultimate ambition, winning trophies. Home club closure. Wants to end his days in England, most likely. Family situation stable. Inner circle, you would say stable, isn't it? I mean, there's a one or two troublemakers, you know, like... who's the troublemakers in Liverpool? Cheeky, Chappies, Curtis Jones, Trent... Robbo's a troublemaker, really. Yeah. Okay. Notable issues. Wind up merchant. Let's put that in there for wind up merchant. Okay, and there we go. There is the transfer database. I can do the same thing for every right back, every centre back, every 10, every striker in world football. If you're interested in helping me build this database, I'm going to put more metrics in here, going to put more algorithms. I weighted the statistics for the algorithms and metrics myself. Let me know if you disagree with anything in the comments below. Let me know if you like this. Chuck a like on it, support the channel. I've got an operation this weekend, not looking forward to that surgery. So if you want to send me a cheeky coffee or shochu or drink or support, then a super thanks or join the membership would make me really, really happy. These are other reasons to join a membership. Thank you so much for watching the channel and supporting the channel as always. Miyazaki-ban, Ichiban, it means the best. I think we are the best. You guys are the best community by far as well. I sincerely love you. You motivate me more than you can ever believe. Janet means ciao. Have a great weekend, everyone. Let's smash Ipswich. Well on the run at the moment. Here's what you get in a membership. The best way to support the channel is through YouTube membership. Becoming a member will give you exclusive access to my tactical masterclass videos, as well as translations and analysis on Endo's book Duel, his vlogs and my uncensored thoughts on other content creators. Each new member brings me closer to buying new Liverpool kits for Mushroom Boy Ato and Triple Me Mia as they grow up. The Wonder Kid tier gives you priority reply to your comments, as I will see the Endo emoji next to your name, as well as invites to live meet and greets in the future, member-only polls for video ideas and custom emojis in chat, for just under £3, cheaper than a Mackie D's triple cheese brunch and more fulfilling too. In the LFIJ All-Stars tier, you get early access to videos, member shoutouts in videos, Japanese snacks and a custom commissioned Christmas card with my handwritten personal message to you for under £9. And in the Emperor Endo tier, me love you long time. Jump on for a 15-minute chat whenever suits every month and let's collab on Liverpool. Up the Reds! All members get exclusive access to the LFIJ lounge on Discord for that juicy and spicy banter in private, an exclusive member number and nickname that will go on your commission goodie, yours to keep forever. So what are you waiting for? Join the membership and be part of the best community worldwide.